I received this comment asking for updates about my acting career, so I figured I'd just make a video and talk all about it. It's been a while since I've made a video about my acting career. It has most definitely been a while since I made a long form video about my acting career, but I've made a bunch of short form videos, but not recently. So the last few short form videos that I've made about my acting career have all sounded like this. I love performing, and who knew it would be so difficult when I got into this industry? I miss it. And I wish I could sit here and tell you that, oh, I'm being optimistic and I know that it's going to work out and what's for me won't pass me, but I'm not feeling that great about it, y'all. I am feeling some kind of way. I feel sad. I feel very discouraged about my acting career, and I have felt this way for months. I've made a few videos about it, and my most recent video almost got deleted because there is this unspoken expectation that you're always supposed to be so grateful and optimistic and happy about this industry and where you stand in it. If you have followed me for more than 2 days, you know that I quit acting every other week, and I am really unsure where I stand with the industry. But I think the reason why I'm having such a tug of war with myself when it comes to acting is because I want to be in a place where I feel loved and valued and wanted, and I don't always feel like that in the musical theater industry. I haven't talked about my acting career in a while, and in truth, I couldn't really talk about it without breaking down into tears. For the past few months, and I would argue maybe even over the past couple of years, I have been grieving my acting career and grieving dreams that I once had. Listen, I love being a content creator. I love being an influencer, but I am also a human being. And one of my personal goals is to make sure that I'm always finding the balance. And so I have found for myself personally that when I'm going through something and when I need to heal from something, it is best for me to keep that journey offline. Some journeys I can document as I go along, and then there are other ones where I need to go and figure it out before I try to share what's going on, because it can get a little layered and confusing. I am now in a better place when it comes to my acting career, so I feel like I can share about this again. So that's why I'm back doing this update in the first place. My acting career has been a source of pain for the past couple of years, mainly because I've gotten so close to booking dream jobs and then those jobs not working out how I thought they would, or me not booking the role. And when that happens over and over and over again, it is really challenging. It was really painful, and it took me a while to kind of come out of what I was feeling after several different opportunities didn't work out. I was starting to become bitter and angry and just really frustrated. And so I think I've finally come out of it, and I'm starting to have hope again. I'm an actor, but I admire actors because we hear rejection in a way that most people don't. We are constantly hearing rejection and hearing no, or even worse, sometimes not even hearing no. You just never hear anything at all. So it can be really difficult navigating rejection, and especially if you aren't doing it in a healthy way. Essentially, there were a couple of jobs that I feel that I'm really right for, that are most definitely roles that I can play today, right now, that I've come very close to booking and haven't booked. And so I was getting really frustrated and just hurt, like, why is it not my time? And not even just for those specific roles, but genuinely for just roles, period. It just feels like things are not lining up how I would like them to line up. In this most recent season, every time I would go through a callback process, it came to a point that when I got a callback, I wouldn't even look forward to potentially booking the job, because I'm like, what's the likelihood I'm going to get it anyway? So that's how I knew that I was not okay, and that I really needed to kind of step back, take a break, and reassess. At the end of 2024, I was in callbacks for a play. And so I had my initial callback. The initial callback went really well. The next day, they invited me to a final callback. The final callback also went really well, so well that I had a conversation with the creative team following my audition. We had a whole casual conversation, and just the energy they were giving me, I was certain that I was going to book. And I was a little conflicted about it, right? Because I knew that if I had booked this contract, that I would have had to miss my 10-year wedding anniversary, celebrating that with my husband here in New York. And so I didn't end up booking the job, but I still felt a kind of way, because I'm like, did I hallucinate how well I did in that audition? Did I hallucinate that I actually did well? And so I asked my agent if offers were out, and he let me know that offers were out, and I was not going to be getting one. And so a few days later, I ended up getting an email from the creative team, like from the theater, and they wrote me the most lovely email saying, Kaisha, we just wanted to let you know that you had an amazing audition, and unfortunately, things didn't line up this time for you to take the roles that we were considering you for. However, you are the kind of actor that we want working at our theater. And when I tell you, that meant the world to me, because I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I'm not as good as I think, or maybe that audition was just not as good as I thought it was. And I'm glad that they affirmed that I had a good audition. It just didn't work out for whatever the reason was. Sometimes the reason a job doesn't work out is not because of what you did or did not do in the room. It could be all kinds of other factors. And in that moment, I kind of had forgot that. So I'm really glad that they reminded me of that. And I'm so glad that they wrote me that email, because truly it meant the world to me. And this might be slightly dramatic to say, but it did heal something. It healed something in all of the hurt that I had been experiencing over that past season, and it gave me some hope. So fast forward to January 2025, I have been going through a lot in my life. I was laid off of my job in November of 2024, and then I lost a family member just before Christmas. A friend from home lost his father. I lost 2 classmates who were a year younger than me in high school. I mean, there's just been all kinds of stuff going on, right? And I felt really sad and just frustrated and vulnerable and all the things. And so fast forward to January 2025, life is chaotic. Life is a little bit of a mess. But here comes February 2025, and things are starting to feel a little bit better. I'm getting consistent auditions, and so far this year, I've had 3 callbacks. 2 of the callbacks I've already done, and by the time you see this video, the 3rd one will most likely be done. And I think that where my mind has been able to shift since coming into this audition season, after coming from that audition that I just told you about in December, is that the goal is to really just to have solid auditions, to have good audition experiences, and to do my best work. Like, yes, I would love to book a job. I would love to be in a musical. It has been so long since I've performed on a stage, and I really want to so badly, but I'm trying to put that emotion and those thoughts to the back of my mind and focus on what is in front of me. And so far, it's going really well. For context, I have not performed in a musical since 2022 when I did Kinky Boots at a theater in Long Island. I did a play in 2023 in South Carolina, but I was a swing for that production, and I did not have to go on during the time that I did that contract. So I have not performed in a show since 2022. As I said, I'm in a better place now, but in general, I just can't tell you how much to talk about this would hurt and how embarrassed, to be honest, I was about it, because it's like, well, I should be booking. I should be more successful. I should have had these things happen in my career by now because I'm 30. So, you know, there's been a lot of like, that has come over me in this current season where I'm just like, you know what? It hasn't happened for me yet, but that doesn't mean it won't. I started pursuing musical theater professionally at 26 years old. Previously, I had been working at the U.S. Department of State. I won an $80,000 wedding from a theater, and that's what got me into theater in the first place. So eventually I moved to New York City. I go to a conservatory program from May 2017 to September 2018. I graduate in September 2018, and from that time through 2019, I do a few contracts. I feel like I'm getting my momentum going when it comes to my career. And then here comes January 2020. I book a production of Kinky Boots in South Carolina, and then the world shuts down. And once the world shuts down, of course, I'm nervous that I will never be able to do that contract. But luckily for me, I was able to do that contract in 2021. But also in 2021, I started working full time at my part-time job. So while I was doing that contract in South Carolina, I was also working a full-time job. So it was the absolute juggle of my life. But because of where things were in theater and what I needed financially, I decided that that was the best decision for me. And so since that time, I've been working full-time, auditioning, and also developing my life and career as a creator and influencer in New York. So let's keep breaking the timeline down to bring you up to speed. So in 2021, I do a production of Kinky Boots in South Carolina. In 2022, I do another production of Kinky Boots at a theater in Long Island. In 2023, I do a play as a swing in South Carolina. And in 2024, that was the first year that I didn't do a play or musical contract. At the start of December 2024, when I started to reflect on the year, I was pretty bummed that I went the whole year without doing a contract, because I had made it a goal for me to do at least one contract a year from 2021 on. And to see that in 2024, I did not book a single contract, I was really bummed about that. And so, yes, I was bummed. But one of the things that I realized is that even though I didn't book a musical or play contract in 2024, I booked a lot of other things as a creator and influencer. influencer. My life as a creator literally got even better in 2024. Since I started making money from social in 2022, I have been able to double my income every year. And so I am so grateful that I was able to double my income from 2023 in 2024. And it is my hope that I'm able to double my income from 2024 in 2025 so that I can keep this full-time creator life going. How I'm feeling about employment and my way forward financially is a whole separate video, but in general, like, I definitely want to keep building my business and I want to continue to go after the dreams and goals I have for myself as an influencer. I am really proud of myself for coming to the realization that I'm about to share with you right now. I am a multi-hyphenate artist and creative. It is important to me to have a full creative career. Doing only one thing will never be enough for me. And there's a part of me that has always been frustrated about that. I'm like, why can't I be the person that just only does one thing? Like, why can't I just only want to do acting or only want to do content creation or only want to have a certain job in corporate? Like, why can't I just do one thing? And that's just not me. It's not me. And I have to accept that about myself because I have always been this way since I was a child. I have never just had a single interest. And I think that now that I'm more willing to embrace that instead of fight myself against it, I'm going to be a lot more successful in my overall creative career. And so I've definitely been caught up in comparison when it comes to acting because I'm like, oh, I should feel like this person or I should be moving like this person. And in all actuality, I should be moving in a way that feels authentic to me and in alignment with my life. One of my many goals for this year is to continue to be clear and intentional about my career and doing things that feel like they are in alignment. So things that excite me. I don't want to just do contracts just for the sake of having however many shows on my resume. I want to do shows that I care about, shows that I'm excited about. And in the same vein, I want to work on brand deals that I'm excited about, partner with brands, organizations, and companies that I'm excited about. And so I am on a journey to find opportunities that are in alignment. I say all this to say, even though I have wanted to quit acting so many times throughout my course of pursuing musical theater and living in New York, I am not going to quit. I am not going to quit. I refuse to quit because I've gone through too much to get to where I am. I have sacrificed too much to get to where I am that I am going to see this dream through to fruition. I just am. And it may not come to me in the traditional means that I have gone about it, but I do fully intend to make this dream come true. If I'm not mistaken, this year makes year 8 of me living in New York City, and I've decided that I'm going to keep living in New York for at least 10 years. I'm giving myself a couple of more years to see where things go. And again, even though I move out of New York City, that doesn't mean I'm quitting. It's just that I want a better quality of life. You know, if you live in New York, you know, there's some days where I get up and I'm like, I love New York. And then there are other days when I get up and I'm like, I hate New York. Those days are the worst. And if you know, you know. When it comes to my acting career this year, yes, I would love to do a contract. Yes, I would love to do a musical. Of course, I would love to do a dream role. But more important than that, my goal is to continue to show up in the spaces that feel aligned, for the shows that feel aligned, and then to see what happens. That is my primary goal for this year, and to fall back in love with the craft. I experienced a lot of frustration and a lot of hurt, and so the goal is really to just fall back in love with it again and be excited about my love for performance and musical theater. I hope y'all enjoyed this little chit chat. And if you want to see more videos like these, please do let me know in the comments below. If you like my vibe, I would love to invite you into my corner of the internet. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when I upload new videos. And I will catch you on the next one. Hopefully, I will see you soon. Bye.